When Aramide turned 12, I heard from my cousin that my auntie had sent Aramide to be a house help through an agent. The truth is, I didn't care. I just met Kelvin, my husband, who came from a wealthy background, and I needed to play my cards right. I lied about many things to Kelvin, including my. Hello, it's another week, and you're welcome to Life Stories with Busi. So a lot of things have been going on the internet, and a couple of people asked me some questions, and I'm just going to answer the questions the way that I responded to them. So the first question was about an actress that got married recently, and some blogger came out to say that that was the man's fourth marriage. I think the one that tripped me the most was the one about the cake vendor who came out to talk about her cake, and then she had a way that she wove in the story of the man getting married again, and she now said that she didn't think that there was anything wrong with the man getting married again. But I didn't understand how a cake and the man getting married again, how they related. Like, for me, this is what I want to say. I used to have this boss who is Igbo, and he would say something like, "You go to Afo Market, you fought there. You go to Ore Market, you fought there. You go to I think AK Market, and you fought there. The problem is not with the market. The problem is with you." You get it? So the first thing I would have said was that, oh, maybe the guy had an issue. But hey, the moment the lady came and she said that God gave her a go ahead, at that point I paused. Because what am I to say when God has spoken? You get. The only thing I can do is to wish them well, and I wish them all the best in this marital journey. Yeah. That's gone. The second one that I'm going to speak to is about the popular artist, it's baby mama, and joint custody or no joint custody. I really do not think that we need to be doing this on social media. There's a child involved. I'm not interested in who is right. The court would always look at the best interest of the child in the matter. But I think the thing that is stripping me is how all these court documents, how they made their way to social media, and how we see conversations and we see a lot of stuff on social media. I cannot understand that because we are not protecting this child. At this point, this child is 9 years old, and in some few years, if she's not already been introduced to social media, in some few years she'll be introduced to social media, and all she needs to do is to Google her name, and all these things will pop up, and she would see all these things outside there. And she will see people's comments, people insulting her mother, insulting her father. And as she grows older, her friends would have access to the internet. They can see these things. Everybody has this information about her and about her life. I don't think that these things should be in the public domain. We are talking about a child here, and we should be talking about the best interest of this child. We're not thinking about the mental health of this child as she grows older and she sees these things. So my own take is I would implore the girl's parents to take this off social media. People are co-parenting and co-parenting well. We don't need to make this messy, bring it to social media, throw things out there, and then this girl grows up and she's seeing all these things, people that she's going to meet in future, her friends and everything, they've seen all these things about her. It's not cool. It's not cool. So for me, I feel like if our parents have our best interest at heart, they should take all these things off social media. I'm talking about choices that will make breaking or building us. Today's story is about choices that were made by a certain person and the aftermath of these choices. I always say that the choices we make, it will either break or build us. It is a sad story, and I really feel for the lady who sent this in. So today's story is someone's rant. The person just wanted to rant, like she wanted to get things off her chest, and then she sent me the story. And I'm putting out the story because I don't know whether it would get to where it's supposed to get to, whether people know who it's supposed to get to. But I'm just going to tell you the way it is. Like I said, it's someone's rant, and she just decided she wanted to speak out about her life and the consequences of the choices that she made in the past. So come along with me as we dive into the story. So she goes, I want to rant. I need to get this off my chest. I watched that video about Jay and it reminded me of my child, Hayomide. Remember Jay's story? Jay's story is the guy whose sister raised, and because of his partner, he sent the sister away and he was trying to appeal to his sister. I'll put the link up there. I watched that video about Jay and reminded me of my child, Ayomide. She ran away from me, and though I'm very guilty, I have repented. I hope one day she'll find it in her heart to forgive me. She said that people can say that she's a bad mother and she agrees. She said she wants to tell this story and she wants to put it out there. She said she was recently diagnosed with cancer, and even if she doesn't make it, she wants to apologize and make peace. That's the reason why she wrote in. Okay, so let's go into the full story. I had Aramide when I was 15. I was barely a child myself. One of the coppers who came to serve in our village secondary school was the father, but he denied it. And my mother helped me raise my child. She named her Ayomide. I gave her Alicia, and she bore my father's surname. In shame, I tried to conceal her identity. I didn't want anyone to know that she was my child. I left her with my mother and moved down to town, then to Lagos. When my mother died, I went back to the village and took Ayomide to live with my mother's sister, promising to send money for her upkeep. I was struggling in Lagos and barely sent anything. When Ayomide turned 12, I heard from my cousin that my auntie had sent Ayomide to be a house help through an agent. The truth is, I didn't care. I just met Kelvin, my husband, who came from a wealthy background, and I needed to play my cards right. I lied about many things to Kelvin, including my age, but that's another story. I thought that I had struck gold, but Kelvin died 3 years into our marriage, and his family, who believed that I was a gold digger, took my 2 children from me. I struggled to get my children back, but because they were powerful people, my friend advised me to let it be and make something of myself and then come back for my children in the future. During this time, I visited the village and found that Aramide was back to visit my dying auntie. It was the first time I truly saw my daughter. She was 18, beautiful, and I felt a pang of jealousy. She looked like her father, Mr. Olawale Ajayi. We were introduced because she didn't really know me. She greeted me respectfully, and that was it. I later asked her if she knew that I was her biological mother. She said that she knew because my mother had given her my picture before she died, and that I looked like my mother. I asked how she felt about me, and she said that she didn't feel anything. She didn't know me and had no feelings for me. I felt better because I couldn't really say if I felt anything for her too. So I inquired about what had been going on in her life. She told me that she had worked for a family that sent her to school and she had finished secondary school. The family had relocated and she had found a job in a factory in Lagos, squatting with friends. I gave her my number and told her where I was in Lagos in case she needed assistance. 2 years later, she called, saying that she had accommodation issues and needed a place to stay for a short time. I agreed. At that time, I was dating another guy, George. When Ayomide arrived, I introduced her to George as my cousin. I noticed that George was interested in her and I was jealous. I was 35, hoping that George would propose. I saw how he looked at her lustfully and tried to make conversations at different times. Ayomide tried to avoid him, but I didn't want to be reasonable. So I accused her of seducing George and I asked her to leave my house. She looked at me and nodded, saying that I was messing up the only chance I had to be good to her because of a man. She asked for 2 days to leave. The day Ayomide was packing, George came over. He was irritated that I'd asked Ayomide to leave. It caused a fight and he called me names. He offered to help Ayomide pack her things, but Ayomide refused and she got an Uber. During this period, I wasn't responsible for her financially. She was working as a PA to the owner of the factory where she was working. She had impressed him, so he made her his PA. I didn't say Ayomide for another year. When I did, it was at a supermarket. I saw her and the owner of the factory, Kazim. They were already dating each other. She introduced me as her auntie and told me that she had gained admission to University of Ilorin and was shopping for school. I thanked the man for taking care of my niece and he gave me his card. I don't know why I did what I did, but I contacted the man and we started dating because Ayomide wasn't in Lagos. He said that I was more matured and would continue sponsoring Ayomide's education. One day, Ayomide came to Lagos unannounced and found me in his house wearing a nightgown. I will never forget the look in her eyes. She told me that I was a definition of a failed mother and she walked out. Kazim, the guy that I was with, realized that I was Ayomide's mother and was livid. That ended the relationship. I went to Ilorin to apologize to Ayomide, but she refused to see me. She blocked me on her phone, and if I called from other numbers, she would hang up. A few years ago, a cousin told me that Ayomide graduated, left for a master's degree, and is now married with a child. I haven't been able to see my other children, Phoebe and Kelvin Jr. Their families sent them abroad without my knowledge. They might forgive me if I tell them my story, but will Ayomide forgive me? So this is the way the lady wraps up addressing a child. She goes, Alicia Ayomide Olorunfemi, I know you go by the name Martins now. I know I have failed you as a mother in many ways. I was young, scared, and made many poor decisions that cost you pain and hardship. I have come to realize the gravity of my actions and the impact that they had on your life. I'm truly sorry for all the ways I let you down. You were right to call me a failed mother, but I'm hoping that with time, you might find it in your heart to forgive me. You have grown into an incredible person, far stronger and more resilient than I ever was. I am proud of the woman you have become, even if I did not contribute to your growth in the ways I should have. I'm not asking you to take care of me or be concerned about me in any way. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. Thank you for letting me rant. I needed to get that off my chest. Like I said, it's a sad story and it was a story that had to do with choices that were made. There's just so much happening. And you see, at this point, I really do not want to beat anybody because this lady is already going through so much. Cancer is a lot. And though I have a lot of things to say and maybe a lot of bashing I would have loved to do, because you just begin to wonder, why would a mother do that to a child? But you see, I don't even want to go there because this lady is going through so much already. But my prayer is that you survive cancer and that you have a time out to actually ask your daughter for forgiveness, like a time where the both of you can sit together and you can talk to her and ask for forgiveness. It might not be easy for her to forgive you initially, but hopefully, eventually, you guys can reconcile. It's really, really a sad one, and I just pray that it works out well for you and for her. And for people watching, let's be careful about the choices that we make. Because see, some choices that we make, we can easily correct. Some live with us forever. Some we have to endure for a lifetime. So we need to be very careful about the choices that we make. I really do not have so much to say because, like I said, it's so sad that I don't even know what to say. I can only pray that things turn out well for you. Guys, what do you think this lady should do? Or Or what do you think about this story? I really do not want to bash this lady. I don't want to, because I know that she already accepted that she failed as a mother. So guys, what do you think about this story? Let us meet in the comment section and let us discuss it. So next time when I come your way again, my name remains Busola David. Bye.